look, look. Blog Talk is trying to hold up the show, but we ain't gonna let them. We not doing that. You know what I'm saying? They want to act they want to act they want to act a fizzle. What's going on, y'all? Power Monday all up in your area. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is Daily Go Getimism show. And me and you, we are talking about when and when not to get into family business. When to mind your business when it comes to family. Not necessarily your family, not necessarily somebody else's family, anybody's family business. Family business can be the business between a mother and a father. It can be a mother and a child, father and a child. It can be between cousin and aunt and uncle or whatever the case may be. Any members of a family can make up family business or can perform family business. And depending on what's going on with the situation, how many people are there, the seriousness or the privacy of the situation, that status, yeah, it can be a family business situation. Now, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all what inspired me to do this show because I originally had something else scheduled for today. But after what happened with me and my baby girl today, I said, we need to talk about this because what happened wasn't something that has never happened to me before. But her young eyes are not used to this type of thing happening right in front of her. So I know it kind of rattled her a little bit. So I figured I'd talk about it because I want to know what y'all would do in this situation. Yeah, that's what I want to know. I want to know what you would do in a situation where there's a family feud brewing, and then it breaks out, and you're right there bearing witness to the situation. What do you do? How do you handle it? How do you proceed? Do you go in? Do you take sides? Do you protect the innocent? Do you call security? What do you do? There might be times when you might intervene, and there might be times when you don't. The thing about it is, depending on the players that are involved, you might be told to mind your effing business. You might be told to mind your effing business. One thing that I have noticed when families are getting into violent situations, they don't want anybody from outside of that family intervening. Sometimes even when you are part of that family, you might be told not to intervene, not to get into it, not to take sides, not to say nothing, not to get involved. And you might be told that right to your face, and not in your ear like a whisper. They might tell you that straight to your face, like, yo, I said, yo, yeah, get the funk out my face. So, all right. So, me and Ayana, we go to dinner today, and we originally were going to go to this Brazilian steak place, and they were having some type of function there, from what we understand, like some kind of baby shower, some type of private event. Kind of caught me off guard, so I was like, "Oh man, it's getting kind of late," and I didn't want to miss the show today because I didn't do a show yesterday. So I said, "All right, then tell you what, we'll go ahead to the Chinese buffet over there." So we went there, and Ayana likes this place because they have unlimited seafood, crabs, crab legs, shrimp, this, that, and the third, whatever. She's into the seafood thing. So I was like, all right, cool. So we chilling, and the people behind me, there was an older lady with thick glasses, and I guess she was with her man. I don't know if it was her husband, her man, or whatever the case may be. But I thought it was just those two together. But turns out they were joining more of their family members that were already there with the table that was across from theirs. So both of these tables, the one that the older lady was sitting in was right behind me. As a matter of fact, I had to pull my chair up and make sure that she could get in. Okay, always respect my elders. I was brought up that way, and the other people in the family, there was only the only man I saw, the only male that was involved in any of this was the maybe the grandfather, the pop. You know, it's the pop when it's not when they're not married, when you know what I mean, when there's a late entry man of the house, he's normally pop or something like that. He's not necessarily dad. So anyway, so from the sound of the conversation that could be overheard was that there was a death in the family, and I don't know if they were there to try to, kind of soothe each other, relax with each other, blah blah blah. But they were talking about how there was going to be a cookout for the deceased member, and it sounded like the whoever the deceased was probably a younger person. You know, these Philly streets is crazy out here. So because I overheard one of the women talking about how his friends are going to have something for him in the project. So, I don't know if any or all of them or some of them were from the projects, and I don't know which projects, but they made mention of the projects. There's going to be a cookout in the projects, and the grandmother was saying, well, I ain't, I got food at the house or whatever. I'm not going to no cookout in the projects, blah blah blah. So she had already took herself out of that equation. Now, there were three. Yeah, there were three adult women that I could see, and when I say adult, they didn't look, they weren't like older adults. They looked like what one of them might have been their mom. She might have been in her 40s or something like that, and the other two looked like they was in their 20s. Two little thick chicks or whatever. You know. But they wasn't causing no trouble or acting all wild or crazy. Nothing of note that they were saying or doing was would make you be like, oh, these ghetto chicks. I mean, it wasn't like that. They wasn't like no bad bitches, nothing like that. They wasn't like super cute or extra weaved out, makeup down, what I'm saying, tramp stamp, what I mean, official or nothing like that. It wasn't like that. There were two. Wait, there was a young son. I imagine he was the son of one of the girls or whatever, and everything was good. Ayana eating, I'm eating, whatever. I'm chilling out, talking to Ayana and all that kind of stuff. Next thing you know, something happened in conversation with the younger girl, and her grandmother said, "Yo, don't do that, don't do that, don't disrespect me." So I don't know if the young girl said something to her, maybe flagged us. I don't know. I don't know what happened because they're to my back, and Ayana was coming from the bathroom, so she didn't see everything that happened between those two. All I know is the grandmother started getting real irate. She started getting real irate, and next thing you know, she said that if the girl ever disrespected her again, she was gonna punch her in the mouth and all of that. Now the girl that she's talking to, the young girl that she's talking to, she looked like she might have been in maybe her 20s, maybe a late teen, maybe 18, 19 years old. It's hard to tell nowadays. Some of these kids look a little older, whatever, but she definitely didn't look young like no 15, 16, 17, 18. Maybe she looked more more north north of 18, maybe 19, 20, 21, and somewhere around in that area. So, but she's not talking back to her grandmother. She's not talking back to her. It seemed like she was like, trying to play the situation down, like, grandma tripping, and I don't know what she's doing. And that made the grandmother even madder. So now she's determined to hit the girl. And she did. She hit the girl. And then the girl's like trying to defend herself. You know what I mean? She didn't necessarily swing at her grandmother, but let her grandmother tell it. Because now I got eyes on the situation. Because they right behind me. I don't want to get popped up in the back of my head and all this. And they causing a real scene. Now, the whole buffet, and this is a pretty big restaurant floor. Open, no booths and no shit like that. Everybody is looking because they like, because the grandmother is she off the chain. Now, mind you, the grandmother has on like these Coke bottle glasses. She definitely, you know what I mean, don't have good eyes on the situation. No pun intended. But yeah, she's getting angrier as the young girl is not really acknowledging the situation. She's definitely not talking back, fighting back, or none of that. And it seemed like that made the grandmother madder. And I'm wondering if it was because she wasn't adhering to her threats or whatever. But the grandmother reached out and tried to, now she's reaching over people. People like, Grandma, hold on, you know what I'm saying? They hold them back. I don't even remember what was going on with the man, the older dude. Now, the reason I'm bringing up this whole situation and I'm asking y'all what y'all would do was because now this is a situation that has turned violent. The grandmother is going after the granddaughter or the great granddaughter, whatever she is. She's going after her, and she's really, all hyped up and all of this. Next thing you know, the grandmother is talking about how, she popped her in the eye. The granddaughter popped the grandmother in the eye. She hit me in my eye. And I'm like, I saw the whole fight, and there was none of that. She didn't hit her in the eye. She didn't hit her at all. If anything, she was trying to keep the grandmother from hitting her. But she claims that she got hit in the eye. Now she's saying that she got a black eye. The mother, I guess, the mother of the daughter, or if she was a niece or whatever, it wasn't clear what the status was of the family members, you know what I mean? But I know that the grandmother was the grandmother, and I don't know if she was a great grandmother to one and a grandmother to others. I don't know, but she was definitely not trying to calm the situation. She talking about, she got hit in the eye. Now she talking about she gonna cut the girl. Now she talking about how she gonna fuck her up and how she gonna do this and wait till she get home. She gonna fuck up. And then like, you lucky I ain't had my pistol on me, because I'm like, so it's going up, 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 up. And I don't know what's going on with the grandmother, because she going up, up, up. Now, with these young people out here nowadays, you can expect that kind of level of ratchetness, all the showing off, all the showing out, all of the I'll do this, I'll do that, the threats, the craziness, the threats of violence, the threats of a fatality, all of that stuff. And this grandmother is the one doing all of this. So I'm looking at this like, this lady must have me by at least 20 years. That's what I'm thinking. I just turned 53. She gotta have me by at least, she wasn't no young lady. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely say she was in her 70s or something like that. I guess she's spry, because she was really going after. She was really going after this chick. And the chick is like caught between, like, ain't nobody gonna put their hands on me. And I don't know why she lying. You know what I mean? She's sort of like that. And she's sort of like going to defend herself no matter what. The daughter who is either the daughter of the grandmom or the grandmother, or the granddaughter of the grandmother. It's like I said, it wasn't easy to know what the rank was. So, but she's saying, she's blaming the daughter or whatever. Like, yeah, you don't put your hands on your grandmother. You don't do this. You don't blah, blah, blah. Now, mind you, because this is an all-out scuffle. The grandmother, she reaching over, trying, hitting on, you know what I mean? So it's hard to tell if somebody is helping the fight, preventing the fight, separating the fight. This is a Chinese buffet. The table in front of theirs is full of Asians, Oriental Asians. The Asian boy, he comes around like he gonna try to break it up. I'm like, I'm a nigga. If I'm confused or hesitant about jumping in this, Chinaman, fall back. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how y'all do it in Beijing. I don't know how y'all do it in Nagasaki, in Hiroshima, and in Tokyo. I don't know how y'all do it in Saigon. I don't know how y'all listen. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is I don't know. But I know that you know what I mean. When black people are, they when they got the Rams and they fighting and all of that, outsiders ain't welcome to be breaking nothing up, to be trying to calm the situation and all of that. And is it? I want to say it was embarrassing, but I'm way past saying that black people acting out, showing out, or expressing their true emotions is embarrassing. I'm past that because it is what it is. It is what it is. We ain't the only ones that be out there acting a fool, getting into shit and all of that. But there were no folding chairs. So the enemy is still the enemy. No folding chairs. Nobody, picked up a folding chair. Nobody's had a folding chair in there. And the grandmother, she said, "Lucky I ain't have my pistol with me," but she ain't say, "You ain't lucky I ain't have my folding chair with me, because I turned this mother out." So I want to know. I want to know what y'all would have done in this situation. Have you ever been a part of this? When you see a family getting into a situation, a scuffle, a potentially volatile argument, no, a volatile situation or violent situation, how do you handle that when they are close to you in proximity? Maybe you know the family, maybe you don't. I didn't. And I'm thinking, like, you know what? One of the real problems here is it ain't no men here. Too many holes, not enough poles. It ain't no men here to quell the situation. And as a man, I'm thinking, like, but I know better. I'm not going to be grabbing nobody like I know them, or separating nobody, or breaking up nobody like I know. But do you just let them fight? That's the question. Because they was fighting. Now, just a few minutes. There was no before shit got turned up to 100. There was no arguing. There was no anger. There was no this bitch over here. You know how you can see shit brewing. You know what I mean? You know how you can see, like, oh, I can tell something is about to break up. None of their conversation was about that. They was talking about the funeral, and evidently they was mad at the young girl because she didn't go to the funeral or whatever. I don't know nothing about that. Some people don't like funerals. Some people don't go to funerals because sometimes emotionally it's just too much for them, and whatever. But the grandmother did make mention of that. Like, you ain't even go to the fucking funeral, and you talking about what you want to do and blah blah blah. But the grandmother, talking about she got a black eye. I'm looking at the grandmother. I'm like, well, what black eye? And they talking to somebody on the phone, because now the young girl is public enemy number one. She's straight public enemy number one. So whoever they talking to on the phone, they talk about going around here to get her. You know what I mean? Like, you gonna pay for this shit, bitch. You done signed your own death certificate. I'm like, first of all, grandmother didn't get hit. Second of all, grandmother definitely don't have no black eye. And third of all, how can you have a black eye when you wearing glasses without messing up the glasses? One thing is really hard to do is get a black eye when you have a pair of glasses on without the glasses getting smashed. I mean, there are a lot of things that are hard to do, difficult to perform, and whatever, but that's almost impossible. That's just about impossible. I ain't never seen no four eyes get punched in the eye and get a black eye without getting their glasses smashed, not mutilated or any kind. And like I said, grandma's glasses was coke bottle. They was thicker than black woman hips. Oh yeah, they was thicker than a black woman with four babies. Oh yeah, listen. They was thicker than refrigerated peanut butter. So what y'all talking about, man? Let me acknowledge my people. What up, Care Bear? Thanks for coming on through. Stacy White. It's always good to see you. Ansel Jones. Thanks for coming along. Carol Chamberlain. It's good to see you, my friend. And the thick is in. Yo, what's up? The thick is in, Tanja Robinson. Thanks for coming on through. That's what I'm talking about. And A bro, thanks for coming through. Appreciate it. Much appreciated. Now, what do y'all think of this situation? What do y'all think of this situation? You know what I mean? Look, I kind of like observed the situation. One thing that I can say is nobody brought out their camera, like nobody started screaming World Star like it was 10 years ago. It wasn't none of that. I didn't see nobody instigating this shit or promoting it or trying to push it on. It wasn't like no schoolyard thing. Because I don't think nobody wanted to see that. Really, I don't think nobody wanted to see that today. Like, come on, y'all. What is y'all doing? And they kept it going. We left them there. They were still talking. And the young girl was outside. Her ride. I guess she was like, well, look, I got to ride up here. It ain't like I drove up here. So I got to either get her Uber back. She was on the phone talking to somebody. She ain't look too worried, though. Like, maybe it wasn't her first time at the rodeo. I don't know. Emily says, you don't get involved with people like that. Talk like that, threatening family members. It is not a fight you want to get involved. Don't let that fire burn you or your baby girl. Oh, ain't nobody gonna mess with mine. That I wasn't worried about. As a man, I'm always questioning whether I should intervene in a situation or not. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned, that's what makes a man. You don't just. I mean, you get into protection mode. You don't let somebody, be unprotected just because you are not their protector. Like, but I understand niggas. I do. I overstand niggas. And these was niggas. And I don't mean NIGGAS. These was the ERs. I'm like, come on, y'all. What we doing? Go get some more shrimp. Unlimited, right? Y'all eat that shit. Not that I have anything against shrimp, but y'all know, I'm off the seafood. Ansel says, your name not on the fight card. Woo! I'm not sure whose name was on it. Carol Chamberlain says, I am moving my table, not wanting to be involved in any way. That sounds more like it. Stacey White says, my mother said between family members, always stay out of it. Carol says, it's ridiculous, and I would have moved and let them have at it. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Funny you should say monkeys. Normally, I would be offended by black people being called monkeys, but I think I saw some bananas come out. I'm not scared of monkeys and pigeons and I'm not scared of monkeys and pigeons and birds, but I'm scared of Carol says, it's sad you can't go out to a public place and enjoy yourself without drama. And she also says, that's why I use the term monkeys. I mean, yeah. I saw the bananas come out. All I needed was the vines. I mean, but like I said, man, I don't like to see no shit like that. But with black people, when they get into it, when they get into when they get the ramming and all of this shit, and you would have thought that this wasn't even a restaurant that sells drinks or nothing like that. So it wasn't about all of that. It wasn't like, somebody got all liquored up or whatever, getting all high and all of that, and emotions start running high. You know how sometimes people drink and they start bringing up shit from back in the day. Yeah, well, I remember when you wouldn't let me stay with you when I was homeless and shit. You know, I ain't have nothing. I ain't have nowhere to go, and I let you stay with me. You and your 4 kids. I let y'all stay with me in the basement, in the back room, in the attic, in the laundry room, everywhere. I let y'all stay. Y'all stinking asses. Your son who wouldn't wash the fuck up. Your daughter who was a little hoe and always getting high all the time. I let y'all stay there. I ain't say nothing. I let y'all stay. But as soon as I was down, as soon as I needed help, you ain't helped me. Fuck you, bitch. I'm used to that. I'm used to that. Alcohol brings that out of people. That's one thing that we don't do. We don't bring out the old feelings of rejection, of being jilted, of being disrespected. We don't do that. That is liquor. That is the alcohol signature. Yeah. I did everything. You ain't do nothing for me. I did everything. You ain't do nothing for me. I did everything for you. You ain't do nothing for me. And I'm mad at your ass. And you gonna see God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. Karma is a bitch. And God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. Karma is a bitch. And so are you. And I think that all my dreams have come true. You gonna get yours. Your lights just got turned out. Your gas is off. You ain't got no heat. You ain't got no air. You ain't got no light. You ain't hardly got no water. You smell like you ain't got no water. You nasty stank ass bitch laying up with that nigga. He ain't rich. He ain't got no job. Don't give you no money. Got 2 kids by that nigga. It ain't funny. Y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of bum ass bitches from the projects, and yet you really think you out here sunning with your dad nasty, dirty ass clothes, your nasty ass twat, your stank ass titty. You need some shower to shower. But it's all right. I got this little tussy for you, and I'm giving to you tonight. But don't ask me for nothing else, because when I was down, you was the one that wouldn't let me come around. You couldn't lend me a couple of dollars. You even owe me a couple of dollars, bitch. You ain't no scholar. You ain't even got no high school diploma. Ain't even got no GED. And you got a whole lot of nerves trying to fuck with me. Make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. If you have to subscribe to the channel yet, this is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Son752. And we are talking about when and when not to get into family business. When it ain't your family, when it ain't your blood. See, there's a difference between somebody being your family and somebody being your blood. See, if it's a situation. All right, first of all, I'm talking about a situation where me and my daughter were in close proximity to a family affair going on that could have potentially been dangerous to other people who weren't involved. That's the real problem I had with the whole situation. But it could have been a situation where I knew the members of the family, but I'm not the family, but I'm close to the family. So this time I was physically close to the family. It could have been a situation where I was emotionally or socially linked to the family or close to the family. To whereas I would have to take sides. And I've seen situations where that happened. You know, like you grew up with these people. Y'all was always down. Y'all was always like fam. Y'all was always like people. But when it comes down to violent situations or he did this to me, he wrong, she wrong, I ain't talked to her in this many years, on my mom, on my kids, on my dad, on my stillborn new, on my last abortion. I swear to God, I said, on my miscarriage, I'm gonna on my dead grandmother, on my daddy that I never met, on my mama that's sick right now. I ain't never talking to that bitch. Never talking to that bitch. She ain't never got to worry about me talking her door. Never talking to the bitch. She ain't got no words. Come up with me, I'm a punch in the face. Heard, yo, on my light bill like a motherfucker. On my Gucci slides. On my Chanel bag. On my Dolce bonnet shoe. She's like, never talk to me. Never talk to me. Never talk to me. I ain't got no words. I ain't got no lyrics. Anything that come out the mouth and try to hear it, you don't have to apologize. It ain't wise. Don't come around me. I hit you with a carton of fries, you stinking mother. Ratchet. No good. Dirty mother. Yeah. Even though you close to the family consider you family, you ain't got that bloodline, you might have to fall back. But don't worry, just because you didn't help anybody or didn't take any sides, trust me, they're gonna come to you and be like, well, it seemed to me like the reason you ain't want to get involved because you thought she was right, and I was wrong. I said the reason that you didn't want to get involved because you thought that I was wrong. I said the reason that you didn't do nothing, say nothing. The reason that you just stood there. The reason that you didn't come out your mouth because I can tell that you think they right. You always real cool with them, mad tight. And I guess me and you was just kind of loose. Ain't this some shit? This hoe is obtuse. And I don't like it no more. You ain't no family member for real. You like an adopted family member. Matter of fact, I said, mad motherfucking fact. Woo. Yeah. Carol says false courage when some drink. What? You get the wrong drinks. But that's what I'm saying. This I didn't smell no liquor. Nobody was like I said, it wasn't no drama. It wasn't no all the interactions was positive before. The grandmother just went from 0 to 10 and nothing. She said that the girl put a hand in her face or whatever, and that's why she said don't disrespect her. I didn't see that. Now my back was turned, but Ayana didn't see that either. So I think the girl might have said something to her that might have been out of pocket as far as the grandmother was concerned, but then she took it there. But I'm trying to figure out when she got punched in the face, because if she got punched in the face, punched in the eye, got a black eye, and whoever, man, and shit be escalating. That's what I don't like. Like, don't take a lie and make the lie worse. Whoever they was talking to on the phone was obviously telling like, take a picture of your eye and show them. The grandmother was like, nah, I ain't gotta take no picture of my eye. Blah. There ain't nothing wrong with your eye, man. Except you're blind and you can't see. You're setting a bad example for the little kiddies. And we be talking about these young people out here don't know how to act, and this generation is all this and that. This is where the fuck they got it from. Nasty shit. I'm like, come on, grandma. What we doing? Shit was ratchet. Ratchet. What up, Mia Cunningham? Care Bear says, we need to open up a club. Carol says, Ansel, this is on the new album because the first one never came out. Yeah, they shelved the project. They shelved my last project, man. That shit was coming out. I couldn't get that. You know what I mean? I ain't have no marketing, no promotion and shit. They couldn't get my points together. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, I need my publishing. I need my publishing. Y'all not taking all my shit, and I'm not taking no 360 deal. Oh man. Yeah, grandma was off the chain. She was doing way too much. Grandma was doing a whole lot. Yeah, man. So I don't know, man. What would y'all have done? Let's say you wasn't me and Ayana. Let's say you really knew the people that was in this situation. What would you do? What would you do? Let's say they not your family, they not your blood family, but they like your spiritual family. They've been family to you. You know what I mean? Like ain't nobody gonna disrespect nobody grandmother. So by default, the grandmother knows she was already in the position to win because everybody gonna take up for her. And you know what? No disrespect, but I've seen some grandmothers do some ratchet shit. Like I've seen some grandmothers do some ratchet street shit. Real trap. Um, I knew a grandmother who knew that if she ever got into an argument, scuffle over money or whatever, she already knew that she had a bunch of grandsons that would go handle the situation. So all she had to do was say that she was disrespected or somebody acted like they wanted to put their hands on. You know what I'm saying? And they also know that the cops will treat that situation the same way. They know it. So I've known, elderly women to, you know, be violent, act like they was gonna be violent, make threats and that kind of shit. Because they know that no matter what, you're not gonna put your hands on them. So that just kind of gives them the green light to act a fool. Not cool. Not cool. I seen it. Carol says some grandmoms are from the street. This one was definitely from the street. I think she might have been on the street. But yeah, so when it's a situation like that, even though you might be close to the family, you was always like family, you know what I mean, spending nights and all that old shit. Trust me, somebody is going to remind you of whose family you are or whose family you're not if you decide to take sides, like start saying who's right and who's wrong. So it might be better for you to just separate everybody and console everybody like you on some diplomatic immunity shit. Because the moment you be like, well, no, such and such started, they wasn't right, that wasn't right there. Everybody looking at you like, what's your last name? Because last time I looked, oh, by the way, their last name was Corbin. You know how I knew that their last name was Corbin? I knew their last name was Corbin because I think she might have been talking about the young girl. And she said she came out of a Corbin, so she'll always be a Corbin. I don't know if, you're talking about like she was married or took on her father's last name or whatever the case may be. But she was like, no, she's a Corbin. So somebody gonna ask, what's your last name? Because if it ain't Corbin or Richardson or Johnson, then you ain't got no dog in this fight. And I think you should fall back tonight. Because this ain't the place you want to be. I think you should close your mouth. We'll see how things play out. Yo, you get out. Don't come back until you learn how to act. But don't be taking those sides of nobody because you didn't see the whole thing. All right, you claim that you saw the whole thing. I don't give a fuck. You ain't see shit, you lying ass bitch. That's why you ain't part of this family. You ain't shit. The hell out of here. Enemies start being made out of outsiders real quick when family business starts getting interfered and intervened in. Now they start excommunicating extended family members. Well, that ain't your real father. I mean, it is what it is. but that wasn't your dad. That wasn't none of your dad. And you ever hear somebody, that wasn't none of your dad. Yeah, he took care of you, but that wasn't none of your dad. That wasn't none of your dad. You ain't never been no kind of mother. So get the fuck out of here. Hey, shoot. Your sister is more of a mother to your kids than you. That's where they was all the goddamn time. Especially when mommy died. Auntie, mommy. You was too busy getting high, laid up, and selling ass. That's what you was doing. You know, you remember, 1986 to 1994. Where was you? The golden years. Had a little help for my friends. Had a little help for my friends. Had a little help for my friends. Oh, man. Family drama. B. Cunningham says, some family business I'm staying out of. Some get to fighting and wanting folks to pick sides depending on what happened. I'm staying out of it. But if you dead wrong, the Aquarian in me going to speak up. I bet you the Aquarian in you know what battles to unpick. If I know anything about Aquarians. And I know I don't know much. But I'm saying. Carol says, when people argue, there's always some slick mouth person who wants to bring up dirty laundry. Shots fired! This ain't that ain't even got nothing to do with me. This ain't about me. This ain't about me. Why you gotta bring up my third baby dad? Why you gotta bring up my third baby dad? Why you gotta bring up my first child that I didn't pay no support? Why you gotta bring up my third baby? Why you gotta bring up my third baby? Why you gotta bring up my third baby daddy locked up? Locked up. I said, why you gotta bring up my first baby mom? I was young when I had the baby at the time. I ain't really know if the baby was mine. I took the test when the baby was 9. All right, I missed a few years, missed a couple of totes, a few beers, but I tried to do the right thing, and it ain't over. Crying on my shoulder. Yo, give me a chance to do right. I got clean. I ain't getting high tonight. I'm still trying. God ain't finished with me yet. I stopped gambling. That you can bet. No pun intended. I'm still trying to get myself together. You are too. And I don't think you should be talking about me if I ain't say nothing to you. Damn. Just try to break up, fight, trying to get a little calm tonight. One thing you can't do is tell black people calm the fuck down. And I don't understand why. One thing you can't do is tell black folks to calm down. And I can't understand why. I can't tell a nigga to stop acting crazy. Can't tell a nigga, don't try to fight. Can't tell a nigga, daddy wrong at the time. Can't tell a nigga, daddy had too much to drink. Can't tell a nigga, need to get it together. Not right now. It's about to go down. And you gonna look like the one to make it happen when the guns come out and they start clapping. And I don't understand. Well, how should I say? And I don't expect that to happen with the 40 and over, something like the 20s. It's usually over money or over disrespect. It came at my neck. And I ain't having it like that. And then a sec, I'm going to get on the phone and start calling people who ain't got nothing to do with it. They flow like fluid, and it's about to get ugly in here. We'll probably be cool again next year. Mm. Well. Carol Chamberlain says, like he raised you, but he he ain't none of your daddy. You know, he ain't none of your daddy. He ain't none of yo. He ain't none of yo. He ain't none of yo. Care Bear says, definitely shots fired. My feelings were hurt for your imaginary person. He ain't none of your daddy. You know he ain't none of your daddy. May he rest in peace. He was a good man, but he wasn't none of your daddy. Good man, none of your daddy. Good man, none of your daddy. Even though he took care of you and not his own kids. I said, good man, but none of your daddy. Good man, but none of your daddy. Good man, none of your daddy. Even though he took care of you and not his own kids. He claimed you. He ain't claimed them. Somebody gonna let you know. He claimed you. He ain't claim his own kids. His own kids mad at you. You mean to tell me this motherfucker got all the Dunkin' yo-yos? He got all the shell top Adidas. He even had a pair of top 10s. He had a pair of top 10 Adidas. He had a pair of top 10 Deets. We talk Deets. 1985, 86, he had a pair of top 10s. We ain't got no top 10s. We were still wearing purple kids. We were still wearing purple kids in 86. You know what I mean? Trying to change our sneakers with some lottos. Yeah, I had to get the lottos with, you know what I mean, changing the color of the damn symbol on the lottos. This motherfucker run around here with a pair of patent leather top 10s. We was struggling. I had to steal a bike. He got a bike. I had to go over East Falls and steal a bike from one of them white boys that leave their bikes on the porch, don't give up. Got me a new mongoose. Look, I'm doing tricks on the mongoose. Where you get that bike from? My friend let me hold it. I was almost telling the truth. That's how it is when you ain't got no daddy. You gotta steal when you ain't got no daddy. I ain't never known nobody who ain't got no daddy and didn't steal something. No, Carol. Remember, I had two daddies. I wasn't justified with stealing shit. And I definitely wasn't stealing no bike. But I got cousins, and we gonna leave it at that. I got cousins, and I got one cousin that he had a new bike every goddamn week, and it was an upgrade every time. I was like, what the fuck? And he just happened to be a BMX champion. He could do all them tricks you see with the BMX. He was all that. But he ain't have no daddy. But he ain't have no daddy. You got to steal. When you ain't got no daddy, you got to steal. When you ain't got no daddy, when you ain't got no daddy, got to steal. Yeah, I'm going to show you how I feel. I said, when you ain't got no daddy, you got to take stuff that don't belong to you. When you ain't got no daddy, you got an excuse to act a fool. When you ain't got no daddy, times are hard and times are rough, man. You think you're tough when you ain't got no daddy, you ain't got no support, and you feel like your life is getting cut short. I said, when you got no daddy, it's bad. And it might be because your mom was mad. Yo, she mad at your dad, told her not to come around, and you don't know about that shit. All you know, you down with mommy. don't want to see you cry, mommy. You don't know why I said mommy. Why daddy stopped coming around when I was 3. Don't come see me. And he's still alive. Yo, what the fuck? Yeah. When and when not to get into family business. You might just want to, like, you know what I'm saying? You might just want to dub that. Like, But even if you run from a family fight, somebody will see you sneaking out the door. Oh, you notice when it started, when the shit started getting heated or whatever, such and such, I saw them dip. I saw them leave. I said, I guess he ain't want, you know what I mean? It's all good when the potato salad is tasting right. It's all good when the shrimp salad is good. It was all good when the ribs was grilled to perfection, falling off the bone and shit. It was all good when the crab legs was being served. But soon as it's time for somebody to take sides or to say what's right and what's wrong, you know what I mean? I saw. It was all good. It was all good when the sweet potato pies was being made at Thanksgiving. Marshmallows on them and shit. It was all good. Cheesecakes being baked. Cheesecake 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 being baked. Cheese. Cheesecake. All right, man, I got stuff. We about to get on up out of here. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Look, man. I just want to tell y'all about this experience today because it was crazy. It was crazy. Like every time some old crazy ratchet shit, and I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Besides the grandma, them other chicks wasn't even really ratchet like that. They wasn't trying to escalate the situation. Even the daughter, the old, whether I don't know, the grandmother. I don't know if that was her daughter. I don't know if it was her granddaughter, whatever. But she wasn't even trying to. She was more in protection mode of her grandmother. But none of them was making threats to anybody except for the young girl. They was making threats to her. That did make me a little sad though, because they was talking about killing her. I'm gonna kill her. I'm like, motherfuckers just would throw out kill threats like it's sweet like that. Like, are you crazy? I hope she don't get hit by a car by accident tonight. Because all you was talking about how you was on. I'm gonna delete. Eliminate. One day you niggers are going to get yourselves together and it's going to be a beautiful thing. But evidently it's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen today, but at least we don't have folding chair justice in our way. All right, man, let's get on out of here. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious August 14th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them. Making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. Nita Herbert, turning 56 years old today. And Cheryl Denise, happy birthday to you. And Jamie Coates, turning 45 years old today. And also Sandy Benedetti. Sandy Benedetti, turning 53 years old today. And Ron Alexander, turning 68 years old today. And Sean Wilson, turning 39 years old today. I'm sorry, 38. And Gina Best, happy birthday to you. And Rock Living, happy birthday to you. And last but not least, Molefi KT Asante, turning 81 years old today. Is that real? Who knows? I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there who's born on this glorious August 14th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Or rock out, rock on it, do the damn, the rock out. Rock on it, do the damn, rock out. Rock on it, do the damn thing, and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings, and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. Did I say Dammy Martins? Somehow I skipped that birthday. But go for yours. And yo, man, I mean, there's a time to get in family business, and there's a time to fall back. There's a time to take sides, and there's a time to be totally neutral on some Switzerland shit. And there's a time that you have to get involved regardless of what. Because sometimes, whether it's family business or not, and whether people are going to get mad at you for intervening, sometimes you have to just think about public safety. Because sometimes that public safety can involve you. And so, you know, if you have to disarm somebody, or if you have to quell a situation, you know, sometimes people just gonna have to be mad at you on some old, well, you should have just mind your business. You should have just mind your business. Well, my business, when the weapons come out, it's my business and anybody else's business, and I'm gonna handle mine. So just like you was trying to handle yours, I'm gonna handle mine. Family and no family. I see you in court. I see you down in the precinct first, though. We will be back tomorrow night for another Daily Go Getimism show. So make sure y'all come on through. Oh, and thanks for everybody for y'all birthday shout outs, man. You know what I mean? Appreciate it so much. 53 trips around the sun. Can't even believe it. You know what I mean? I can't believe I'm like 53. That ain't young. You know what I mean? I used to be young. I've always been young. I ain't even young no more. But it's all good. It's all good. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. All right, so Blog Talk, we gonna get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. On the other side, my boobers. Yeah, Kat, I see you. When I get your age, yeah, well, I got to get there first. You already there. You know what I mean? So you can speak from there. I ain't there yet. Now I got a long road. You know what I mean? Tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. So sometimes you got to buy it. All right, y'all. Peace.